is the banded. Yep. The grey. The snout. This was the Mormon. I don't think this was the variegated, but maybe the spangled. Which one was this? Certainly not the zebra, not that. So maybe the pearl? Orange, the purplish, the veined, sour orange tip, spice bush, checkered white, holly blue, no, was it the meadow? Satia. Oh, this was like the harvester. Atlantis? Okay. We will, I'll have plenty more chances to practice this later. So one of the things I wanted to do tonight is just to speed up, is just to like profile it. So doing a debug build, it's taking longer than I want it to load. Like once it's actually loaded, it's taking a while to process all of these textures, and I'm not exactly sure why. It could be that since each of these textures are around 1,000,000 pixels each, that the process, like it's just taking a while to convert to decompress them from the PNG files that are embedded and turn them into textures, but it could be some other problem. And so yeah, I just wanted to begin with trying to do some profiling with Zig, since I've never done that before. I don't have any fancy, hang on. Where's the dashboard? Okay. Yeah, since I don't, since this is my home computer, I don't have access to any fancy profilers, so I'll just be using the Visual Studio profiler. It will take me a while to remember how to do this, but we will get there. So from memory, if I wanted to do profiling just with an exe in Visual Studio, I have to like open something in it. What is it? It's like this part is always so painful. So like open file. I think we can do this maybe, and then how does this work? Yeah, if anyone watching in chat knows how to do this like profiling in Visual Studio Code, please let me know. It's been a while. So there's this performance profiler, and this one is what we want, I think. Yep, this one. Okay. Yeah, we want kind of both of, it's not DirectX, so that's not going to work. Okay. Okay, not nearly as painful as I remembered it being. Okay, so let's see what on earth is taking so long when this boots up. Yeah, we care about these functions. Okay, yeah, so parsing this PNG file is taking, as I suspected, is taking a huge amount. Okay, so there's a claim that a different format, this quite okay image format, is far easier to decompress and for a slight loss of size. Like, it's slightly larger, but apparently it's a lot faster. And so one thing I want to try then is actually try out, let's make a version of this project where there's, say, like 20 images, and then see just how much 20 images of this format, and then quickly see how well they load. This is assuming that the raylib files can actually import these QRI, the files of this format. Even if they're unable to, oh, hey Christoph, even if they're unable to decompress, yeah, even if the standard raylib functions can't deal with these, it's definitely possible to write something to import them. I guess we'll see what happens when we come to that, if need be. So let's just see actually if it's possible for raylib to even do this. Okay, so let's convert, say, the first image of this to something of this quite okay format, which ImageMagick can do just fine. We'll need to adjust our comp time processor so that it actually tries to import the very first one as a quite okay image format instead of as a PNG. Okay, so we can just do this in a really hacky way. We can say if the I here is equal to 0, then let's instead try and embed this as a QRI file. Otherwise, do it in the same way we had before. Okay, let's see if this works. So yeah, zig build run. No. It's not totally clear to me why. I was expecting this to return some kind of raylib file. Oh no, it's because we're doing this in the profiler. I'm being really silly. We need to stop this. How do we like stop debugging? In either case, this graph indicates what we thought, which is that this is taking up a lot of the most of the time. No, get rid of this. Okay, it seems to have done it fine. Okay, so then let's try converting the current, or at least a lot of the PNGs, into these QRI formats. I know there should, like, last time we tried writing a script to do this, PowerShell just failed. I feel like writing a script to do this would take more than 5 minutes, and honestly, just doing this by hand will take less than 5 minutes. It will be painful, but it will work. So forgive me for doing an extremely tedious typing exercise, but I feel like literally just doing this will it will just take a couple of minutes and then it will be done. Maybe in future projects I'll write a Zig script that manually imports photos of a specified format and then outputs them as another one. But at the moment, my priority is just trying to get this faster, and then tooling can happen later. Okay. One thing we can do though is actually, that I want to try, is using some of the Zig timing capabilities to just actually time the difference between the two of them, since I haven't used those before and want to start using them. Okay, this will be enough for a test. So let's duplicate the file containing all of the info, this source license links. This one here, that's not the best way to view it. This one here, this just contains all of the information that we read in at comp time, and then we get the common names in this file and use those to actually render the results in the quiz. Let me make a copy of this to use in our test. So we can do photo, let's call it QOI CSV test. Let's now edit the one that we're bringing in. So we want this to be what? Photo QOI, what did I call it again? QOI CSV test. Actually, before I do that, QOI CSV test. Let's now remove a lot of the files in this one. So yeah, we can get rid of everything from here to here. Kind of save it. And the actual result in this column doesn't matter that much. This is more just for record keeping purposes, but etc. So we won't need to modify that for the test. Yeah, and so now let's then modify go back to the parser and make it so that we're trying to embed these files not just when I is equal to 0, but when I is less than or equal to 10. Before we try timing this stuff, let me just do some basic options. Okay, this is not good. This is telling me that one of the fields in the database doesn't have enough information or titles. What? We can do some comp time printing just to see where this is failing, because this is unexpected. So I have updated everything. Okay. So we want to do then, what's the message? So we want to do it's like comp log, compile log. So yeah, this part's fine, it's the processing here. Compile log. Okay, and there's a handy debug statement there because it's not the first time we've run into a parsing issue. Okay, why is it trying to go further in the file than 12? Weird, because it's kind of empty here. It may be because of a bunch of new lines in the file. Let's deal with that then. Yeah, it is. So we'll get rid of this. Try again then. We're gonna have to take out the compile log, since this will not actually allow a compilation. But no, it's not liking QAI files. What? And then why didn't it error why were we able to run it the very first time around? This is annoying. But then some of these textures are working. Like it says that these ones are... How can I say texture loaded successfully, but then it fails to load some of the other ones? This does not make sense. What to do? Let's just actually see that stuff was converted over. Okay, I'm not sure the default Windows image viewer will be able to handle these files. So we'll have to download something that actually can. So let's see. I think one I've often used is like if ran image viewer. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. And we want the portable version. Like I could have sworn there was a portable version of this. Will this one admin access? Possibly. Oh. We can also just use try the handmade software. So I think there was something called like Cactus Image Viewer. Let's try this one. Yep. How do we get this one? Do I need to build it from source? Oh, okay. All the dependencies are already in here. Just use the 64-bit run bat. and then run bbat release. Okay, let's get this one then. Software, so then let's do cactus image viewer git clone here. Okay, so then we want to do this x64 thing. And what was it? It was build.bat space release. Yeah, b.bat release. Okay, presumably that's done. Cactus viewer.exe. Okay. Yeah, so I think from memory when I tried it last time it was difficult. I wasn't sure how to increase the UI size, and I always found this UI size to be really small. But hey, something that actually works is better than Windows default program that can't even handle this file type. So let's add this to the path then. And similarly, it would be great, Windows developers, if you can actually make this sidebar at the bottom appear on the left side of the screen. You used to be able to do that in Windows 10, not anymore in Windows 11. I don't know why. I didn't think moving this to the left would be that hard, but hey. Okay. So now let's go back to our project then. The butterfly app, the photos. Okay, now we can do this. Cactus viewer on these. Okay, wasn't expecting this. Okay. Can this app handle QoI images? I thought it could. Oh, okay, it can't. Not yet. Oops. Okay, we're already down like a rabbit hole. What should we do? Let's just check these files, these photos are not empty. Maybe that would be a good first step. That looks like image data. That looks like image data too. And at least I see a magic number up here for QoI. Now let's say like 5 QoI. Yeah, okay, these all seem to be okay. So why on earth were we getting compilation errors? I mean, it was compiling fine. Why on earth were some of these textures loading and then some of them were not? Default texture loaded successfully. Default font loaded successfully. So actually maybe none of these were working. We can see if this is actually an issue in Raylib. So Raylib, can Raylib load QoI files? Apparently it can. I did see QRI in that list then. Um, Okay, so Christos is saying, um, yeah, try dragging the file on the viewer. Sorry, yeah. Sorry that I'm not that great at reading chat constantly. I still need lots. This is a skill for me to develop. Um, yeah. But yeah, in terms of this issue here, I do not know. Mm, 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 mm. Okay, well, let's go back into this loading code again. So we've embedded this stuff, but the part where we actually embed them as textures is this stuff here. So we first load this into, okay. It's been entirely my fault. I shouldn't have been blasting Raylive. I forgot that as part of the load image from memory, we needed to specify this format. Oops. Let's try again. Okay, and it is working. Okay, but hey, I learned a lot in the process. Anyway, in particular, I learned that maybe I can add a QOI option to image to the cactus here. Okay. Okay, so now let's do the actual timing stuff then. But this is already good to know. This at least enables us to test if the startup process is going to be a lot quicker with these QOI images than otherwise. So let's look into the Zig timing stuff then, of which I know nothing. So let's see if the documentation has some functions for the timing. Or we can look in the standard library. Let's go to Zig, lib, standard. What does searching time give us? Oh, it's going to give us a lot of comp time calls, which we don't want. But there is a time.zig. Is there something like a stopwatch? No. But there is like a clock get time in here. See standard OS clock get time for a POSIX milestone. Okay. This looks good. Let's check this out. Zig, lib, standard, time.zig. And yeah. Let's try clock. So yeah, sleep function. Get a calendar timestamp in seconds relative to this. Again, this is just like, I'm not optimizing nanoseconds. I just want to get the load time down from several seconds to less than a second. And if that happens in the debug build, it will be even quicker in a release build. So I guess we can kind of do this then. And are there any functions which, yeah, so yeah, I figured, if you're back, Christoph, I figured out the issue. It was totally on my part. I had forgotten that when you're loading images from memory in Raylib, you need to specify the file format, and I was not doing that. But now I'm just looking at the time functions in the Zig standard library, and just seeing what's around in terms of timing features. And okay, this looks really good. High performance timer. Once the supported clock is discovered, it is assumed it will be available. Okay, so we want to make one of these. Start it. And then read it at some point. Okay. Okay, so let's implement this. Not implement it. Let's just use it. So if we go to main, before we do anything else, let's set it up. Set up Marcus debug. Set up a timer to see the difference between loading PNGs as textures versus loading QRIs. Let's import. Like one of the quite nice things about Zig is that like all of these functions are just included in the standard library. Like I find in constantly with Odin at least, you have to kind of specify you want like the format for it in the core library or the time format, and it's nice kind of not having to do that. Okay, so we want to say stopwatch is, do we want this to be a variable or a constant? I'm gonna guess a const. Standard dot time dot timer. Actually, we'll keep it like this. And then we want to set this up. Like, do I need to, how do I initialize this? I kind of want to see like an example of code that's using this, just to kind of know what is good practice. Okay, there's a test here. So maybe we can really do it like this then. Okay. So we can say try try standard.timer.start. Then and then that's fine. We'll just leave it like this. And then when we get to the first rendering part, actually we'll read it as soon as we've tried loading all of these. So then we can say what is it? Const texture loading time is going to equal timer.read. And then if we want to print this out, can I just do debug print texture loading time? Will this be okay? Invalid left-hand side to assignment. Or why? Oh. So you want to say vary stopwatch equals try. Use of undeclared identifier timer. Because it's a stopwatch. Okay, I see a number being printed, not in the format I'd like though. So let's figure out how to get this into something resembling seconds. Okay, so if we go back to this, is there an example in this? Maybe not, but we can figure out what these numbers actually represent. So let's see, start is doing what? It's doing this now. Yeah, what are the units of this? I am unsure. Oh, okay. So lap at least is returning it in nanoseconds, and read is doing it in nanoseconds as well. Okay. So then let us just divide this by the appropriate amount then. So at least in milliseconds. This is just going to be this thing divided by. This will give me a good chance to look up the Zig formatting numbers again. It's like 1E. How do we do it again? Okay. Is P what we want? What does the E plus 77 mean? Like, does this mean E to the power of 7, like 10 to the power of 77? This was an exercise in Zieglings. I can look that up. You can just look that up. documents zig links. So if I do like, hi two-step. So okay, so you're suggesting I can try just doing standard format duration. Oh, the format library has a. This is really good to know. Okay, so apparently you can do durations, oh, very nice. This is really great. Is this in the standard documentation? Okay, in either case, it's here. So let's use that. So instead of doing this, I want this to be yeah, so you're saying however, like this time function is returning nanoseconds though, so I guess like it should be fine, I think. My inclination was just to like do some like crude like division, but given this formatting stuff is embedded within the standard libraries, you're right in that we should be using this instead. So you're saying, okay, yeah, if I just do over here, if I instead do standard.format duration, and then have the texture loading time nano, and this might be enough. Okay, let's give this a go. Okay, great. So just so I don't fool myself, let's just write in here .qoi loading time. I don't need to recompile it again. Let's just remember this somewhere. Do timing test. So we can say using 10 QOI, it's really 11 images, get this. Okay, and now let's let's do this again now, but now loading in PNGs instead of the QRIs. So anytime we see PNG, okay, before we do that, let's just run it a couple more times, and then we should just choose the shortest possible time. See out in. Okay. Okay, so hey, that's. Oh, I mean, I guess because of like cache stuff. Yeah, this first one was just like a lot of cold cache misses. Okay, 667. That's slightly faster. 661. 668. 601. 601 is pretty fast. Okay. So the fastest possible was, well, the fastest that we got, 601 milliseconds. And now let's do using 11 PNG images and see how fast this is. So to do this, let's go back to here, and then whenever we see a .qoi, we actually want to toggle this. And then, where's the next QI? Let's change this. And I think that will be it. Hopefully this will work. We'll see. Yeah, this is a lot slower. But the first time, a lot of cold cache misses. Okay, 1.529. 1.52. Yeah, the loading PNG sucks. That's my, compared to QRIs. That's my my conclusion from this experiment. Dude, it's like it's at least twice as fast, and in fact, it's like 2.5 times as fast. Yeah, I'm not expecting this to be much faster. Okay, yeah. Maybe we can say 2.51. Okay. Or rather like 500 milliseconds. Okay. So at least this was with debug builds, which is what impacts me the most. But let's also test this on the release builds as well. So zig build, what's the option again? So zig build de-optimize equals release fast. Okay. Debug. Okay, so two-step suggests standard time has a ton of constants, such as standard time nanoseconds per second if you want to do conversions. Oh, that's really good to know as well. Let's go back to time.c. I guess I somehow like missed these when I was looking through here, but you're saying ns per second. Where are these defined? Oh, okay. Yeah, this is good to know. Cool. Okay, go back to this. So the debug times were this, and now we want to do the release fast time, and then likewise we can just copy all of this. Okay, let's see what it's like with these PNGs. Okay, 804, 781, 752, 740, 728. Okay, 728 seems to be the fastest. And now let's do it with the QOIs. No, main.zig, please. So yeah. And then okay. 530. What was it? Timing test. Okay, so like not as maybe I spoke too soon. 462. 452. Okay, it looks like 452 it is. Yeah, I mean, clearly to me this says every single file in the project should be a QOI, should be QOI instead. Um, yeah, okay, that settles that. Okay, perhaps the only counterpoint to this is if the size of the executable itself is just so much more enormous. But we can see that. Uh, yeah, so let's just see what it is in the case of the QI file. Okay, so you zig out binary, we have this. So currently 30, basically 34 meg. So this was using the QIs. And then let's oh, hang on. Which version did we just do? Forgotten. Was this with the QRIs on or off? Oh yeah, this was with the QRIs. Great. Now let's use the PNGs again, and see the resulting size of that then. Okay, what have we got? I mean, come on, like if using the QRIs just adds like 10% extra size to the binary and in debug 2.5 times faster loading and almost like maybe like 40% faster on the fast release, then yeah, I guess I have verified that the claims of this new format is works. Maybe just because of Raylib, we're not actually seeing this claim 20 to 50 times. Okay, wait. Yeah, this part is irrelevant for us. Truly for us, is all we cared about is the faster decoding. And we almost saw 3 times. We saw 2.5 times for the debug. So yeah, this, yeah, I'm not disputing these claims. These seem to hold up. Okay, so this is really good to know. So this is okay. So now let's just convert everything in the project to use QOIs then. Okay. We should also make a comment that we did test this. Okay. We can get rid of our. We'll leave the testing here. Call this experiment. So here, so we don't need this if statement anymore. This is just happening for everything. Okay, the part where we actually, where's the comp time part where we load all of these? I guess it is this. We should say that we did an experiment. Yeah, sort of we embed .qoi files over PNG files since we ran an experiment. And what is this called again? Was the timing test. C timing test.txt. And found that while okay, given that I computed some sizes of these binaries, we should also put the size of these binaries in here as well. So we can say release release fast binary sizes. Yeah, so start zig out binary. What were these? So we had with the QRIs it was 33.8 megabytes, and here it was 29.1 megabytes. Okay. End of that. Back to documentation. And found that while the size of the exe was about 10% larger for the PNG version, the app startup time in both debug and release fast modes was significantly faster, and then like we can say about 2.5 times, and I don't know, it was about I would say it was about 40% faster respectively. Okay, we've now annotated that. Okay, where are the other? I guess we can, instead of debug, this should be called experiment. No need for this stopwatch anymore. Experiment. Get rid of that. Okay, and then this part up here, we can get rid of this PNG and just use this one. I'm not sure why this line is around. We don't need that. Okay. We should update this part. So yeah, Raylib does not like, it's not like using JPEGs as textures in an intuitive way. So all of the images are QRI files. So we should just say, yeah, we chose QRI files over since the project startup times were significantly faster. See, what's the name of this thing? What is it? Timing test. Okay. Timing test. For details. Okay. Okay. Let's just build this again to make sure I didn't do something silly in all of the documentation. And it looks like I kind of did. Oh no, it's saying this because we need to generate the QRI versions for everything else. There should be a way to do this with some scripts. I'm just apologizing for my future self for the several minutes of grunt work that's about to happen. If I'm doing a game with textures in the future, I will write some Zig program that like imports a file, whether it's a JPEG or a PNG, and outputs the QRI version of that. But yeah, forgive me. I'm just going to just brute force convert these. Please don't. You're welcome to judge me. Okay. So this is just a typing exercise for me. Like yeah, in the last stream, we tried generating a script that manually did this, and after 5 minutes, I kind of gave up and was like, I can either spend half an hour writing some bash script to do this, or I can just manually do it by hand. And I will say my Hail Mary is to forgive myself of this atrocious sin. That one was wrong. That's what it should be. I'm sorry for anyone watching who is face palming themselves at the moment. But look, it is what it is. Okay. At least, oh, what on earth is this error? What is wrong with image 25? Yeah, there was when we converted this one from a JPEG to a PNG, either the last stream or the stream before, there was some issue with this. Okay, so is this a warning or is this an error? Do we actually have 25.qi? We do. Okay. Let's continue with the grunt work. Yeah, like long term, this is the last time I'm doing this. Long term, the next time something like this happens, we will be spending the hour or 2 hours, however long it takes, just to make a Zig program that does this for us. Because that would also be a good excuse to start using some of the OS functions within Zig, for which I basically have zero experience using. Okay. We are so close to being done. And I think this is it. I don't think there's anything else after 40. Okay, there's a 41. Clearly I spoke too soon. Okay. Now let's build the project and see if we missed anything. And that was a way faster time than using the PNGs. Yeah, this was the right call. And just for satisfaction, let me now do a release build of this. So I'm going to do zig build de-optimize equals release fast. Okay, and now let's do zig out. Zig out binary. Yeah, to me, like that as just like a fun app I'm using for myself for learning, that's an acceptable startup time. Um, Lord knows I played games in like Unity or whatever where it takes like 10 seconds to load. Yeah, this to me seems fine. Like that felt like maybe it's around a second. Okay, let's learn some. Okay, before we go any further, let's save what we've done. So yeah, we added a huge number of things. So yeah, we wanted to git add everything in here, and then just took its time, and then I think really everything actually. So we can say yeah, did timing, did PNG versus QOI timing test, converted project to using QOI's photos instead. Okay, and push this to the yeah, let's push this to the cloud, and then meanwhile I can play the game. Okay, so branded the colorless sulfur. This was like the little yellow, the giant swallowtail, the okay, no, I think this was the variegated. Yep. No, only because I know this is the one with the sandy background. No, so I guess the pearl crescent. Olive, this was the Baltimore, the veined white, the orange sulfur, clouded, brown elfin, the coral hair streak. No, so the field crescent. Okay, no. No, it wasn't the Chalcedon, so this must be the silver bordered flittery. Western tiger. Pipe? No, not the Mormon? Yeah, the Mormon. This was the meadow. No, the zebra. The wood satyr. The silvery blue. Holy blue. How is it still doing stuff to GitHub? Like, come on. Well, it's maybe my computer's just slow. But no, the internet I have is fast. This is surprising. No, the Atlantis flittery. Yeah, pipevine. Tiger, the Chalcedon checker spot, the Gulf flittery, the harvester, the cabbage white, the anise swallowtail, the orange, sour orange tip. Okay, and we're basically done. What's this one? No. I guess the silver bordered. No, the pearl crescent. Oh, really? Something feels weird about that one. Okay. Okay. No, the great spangled flittery. And then we're back to the grey hair streak, dog face, American snout. What's this one? No, little copper. And I'm seeing some repeats. I feel like we've come back to this by now. And hey, even though this was the one that gave all of these conversion issues, it's rendering fine. Okay. Okay. It's nearly midnight, so I think I'm going to call it call it a night here. Yeah, in case anyone watching doesn't already know, you can find all of the code, you know, I just streamed now on GitHub. It's all here. You can see the results of these timing tests. There'll be links in any. There should be links in Twitch. But okay. Before I start another coughing fit, I'm gonna say goodnight. And yeah, thanks to Step for dropping by, and likewise with Christoph. See you later.